Good day, Miss Maurice. I'm so glad you could come with us today. If you'd have a seat, I'll be with you in a moment. So where were you on the night of William Frankenstein's murder?
I was at my aunt's house. She lives in Chennai. That's about a league from here. I swear I did not kill that poor boy.
And at what hour did you return?
About 9 o'clock.
And what did you do upon your return?
A man asked me if I had seen a young lost boy, and it upset me terribly, and I spent several hours looking for him. The next thing I knew, the gates of Geneva were shut, and I was forced to spend the rest of the night in a barn of a family I know. However, I could not sleep and continued to wander. If I passed by the spot where his body was found, I did it in complete ignorance.
Then how, miss, did the locket young William Frankenstein was wearing find its way into your pocket?
I know how heavily and fatally this one circumstance weighs against me, but I have no power of explaining it. And when I have expressed my utter ignorance, I am only left to conjecture concerning the probabilities by which it may have been placed inside my pocket.
And so you claim innocence?
God knows how entirely I am innocent, but I do not pretend that my protestations should acquit me. I rest my innocence on plain and simple explanation of the facts which I have been adduced against me, and I hope the character I have always borne will incline my judges to favorable interpretation where any circumstance appears doubtful or suspicious. I must go.
Miss Maurice, Kelly, go get her! Go! Do you know that in Mary Shelley's novel Frankenstein, the word love appears 156 times?
You don't say.
Yes, it's true. Anyway, it's nice to meet you, Mr. Frankenstein.
Great to be here.
I'm glad you could come out, and I'd just like to let you know that I'm trying a new technique with my interviews. We're going to have a nice, comfortable setting and have a seat,
comfy.
and see if you're more willing to talk to me about what I'm questioning you about.
Okay.
Where were you the night of William Frankenstein's murder?
I was in Ingolstadt, awaiting a letter from my father to see if it was safe to return home.
And Henry Clerval's?
I was acquitted for that! I was in the middle of the sea, and he was my best friend in the world. There's no way I would kill him, let alone my own brother.
And Mrs. Elizabeth Lavenza Frankenstein?
I wouldn't murder her either. She was my wife.
Yes, but where were you when this took place?
You'll think I'm crazy, mad even. But it was a dreary night in November, many years ago, that the catastrophe, the fiend, the demon that haunts my every sleeping and waking moment, came to life. And it was by the doing of my own hands. I brought into being the most disastrous, monstrous, murderous creature that shall ever walk the earth. Now he's out for revenge and is murdering all those in my life who I care about.
So you're telling me you created something that's killing your entire family?
Alas, it is true. And now I am but a blasted tree. The bolt has entered my soul, and I feel that I should survive to exhibit what I shall soon cease to be. A miserable spectacle of a wretched humanity pitiable by others and abhorrent to myself.
Well, that's a lovely story. Well, where is this, creature now?
He's gonna come. He's gonna get me. He's gonna kill me. I have to kill him first. I must leave.
Mr. Frankenstein?
Where is Victor?
You must be the creature he was talking about.
Yes, it is I.
Yes, so, why don't you just have a seat here? I have a few questions I'd, like to ask you.
Okay.
Just have a seat. So, where were you, when the Frankenstein family was murdered? And Mr. Henry Clerval as well.
You don't have to play these games with me. It was I who irreparably destroyed all who Frankenstein loves. But oh, he suffered not the 10,000 portions of the anguish that was mine during the lingering details of the executions of the deeds. My heart was poisoned with remorse. Think ye that The groans of Clerval were music to my ears. My heart was fashioned to be susceptible of love and sympathy, and when wretched by the misery to vice and hatred, it did not endure the violence of the change without torture, such as you cannot even imagine. I was filled with an insatiable thirst for vengeance for all the wrongs he has done to me. It was deadly torture, but I was the slave, not the master, of an impulse which I detested, yet could not disobey. I seek not a fellow feeling in my misery, no sympathy may I ever find. Virtue has become to me a shadow, and that happiness and affection are turned into bitter and loathing despair. And what should I seek sympathy? I am content to suffer alone. When I die, I am well satisfied that abhorrence and opprobrium should load my memory. No crime, no mischief, no malignity, no misery can be found comparable to mine. I cannot believe that I am he whose thoughts were once filled with sublime and transcendent visions of the beauty and the majesty of goodness. But it is even so. The fallen angel becomes a malignant devil. Yet, even that enemy of God and man had friends and associates in his desolation. I am quite alone, but it is true that I am a wretch. I have murdered the lovely and the helpless. I have strangled the innocent as they slept, and grasped to death his throat who never injured me or any other living thing. I look on the hands which executed the deeds. I think an imagination of it was conceived, and long for the moment when they will meet my eyes, when it will haunt my thoughts no more.
Senor creature,